Hello my dear cute pasingala. So இன்னைக்கு வந்து we are going to discuss something very special. ஏனா எக்ஸாமுக்கு முன்னாடி we have to focus on some of the important questions or let's say some of the repeated questions. ஏனா this will make sure our pass marks. ஏனா CBSE ல வந்து it is usual da in the repeated questions multiple times it is the questions were repeating multiple times. அதனால வந்து இந்த session இந்த வீடியோ வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்டா இருக்கு. So நான் உங்களோட Lerin ma'am physics master teacher. So இப்போ வந்து you have to like this video as well as you should share with your friends and subscribe the channel. Yeah, now we are going to get different types of variety of dishes in front of you. We will be starting a proper study plan for the next 7 days. So in the next 7 days, if you trust me, I can make sure you will be getting the maximum mark in the last 7 days. So adikaga definitely you should subscribe the channel. Yeah, all notifications, all the updates, it should reach you. Okay, so ipo vanta I'm going to discuss something really important. As I mentioned, important ana questions da mostly repeated questions da we are going to discuss. Okay, so ipo vanta if you are feeling like I can't finish all the syllabus, I can't do everything, so ipo vanta enakku konjam easy ana questions kadachena konjam confirm ah irukra questions kadachena I can prepare myself. So idla vanda I can tell you it is not just even pass mark, it will give you more marks. As I mentioned, CBSE la vanda repeated questions repeat பண்றது it is a usual pattern, so we can also expect. So இப்போ in the previous year la recent ஆன like last 5-10 years question paper பார்க்கும்போது you can see some of the questions has been repeated multiple times. And also already I have done a video for the important derivation, so நீங்க வந்து you have to focus on that. ஏனா derivations mandatory in the exam la derivations வந்து mandatory. So derivations mandatory nala you can focus on those questions as well to get the pass mark. Okay, so inga vanta I will be focusing on some repeated numerical type questions as well. So ipo vanta we can just go for the first chapter la vanda electric field, the null point, finding the null point vanta multiple times it is asked, so it is a very important one. Also the force, the net force on a charge due to multiple charges. Okay, we will be using the principle of superposition principle for that. So and the question kuda important da, either it will come definitely. Okay, next one the dipole in uniform electric field vanda romba important. Gauss's law, applications of Gauss's law, if you don't believe me, just check the question papers, recent ana question paper paatha podum, you will understand how important is this Gauss's law and its applications. Okay, next one the electric flux, so we can expect some numericals also from this electric flux. இப்போ வந்து second chapter la electrostatic potential and capacitance la வந்து potential energy of a system, equipotential surface, so adla வந்து we can expect some questions, numerical questions also. And energy in capacitor and the derivation உங்களுக்கு தேவையே இல்ல, you can just completely ignore. ஆனா அந்த equation concept வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்டா இருக்கு. Okay, next வந்து current electricity la drift velocity, Kirchhoff law, cell series and parallel வந்து high weightage questions you can expect from current electricity. And also in the 3 chapters vanda high weightage chapters. Okay, so ipo vanda you can just focus on some of the topics if you can't cover the whole chapter. Next vanda we are going for moving charges and magnetism. adla vanta we were discussing in the beginning itself, we used to discuss about the charge in the magnetic field. adla vanta we will be studying about the radius, we will be discussing about the how the velocity, we will be making into components. So on the part vanta romba important numericals we can expect from there. And galvanometer into ammeter and voltmeter, if you are checking on the question paper adu kuda multiple times ketittu irukka. Next vanda magnetic field due to current loop, adu vanda romba important ana derivation marakama you should. And if that question comes na 5 marks you will be getting. Diagram vanda important da, and you should explain each and every step. Yena in the derivation la vanda how you will be getting marks na, you will be getting each question each step ku vanda you will be getting marks. Okay, so adinala you have to focus on the steps. So steps ellame irukadum, illana you won't be getting the score. Next வந்து magnetism and matter. அது வந்து கொஞ்சம் small chapter ஆனா வந்து we can expect questions dia para ferromagnetic materials and you can just expect some reason based questions. And in the EMI and AC generator ல வந்து inductance வந்து ரொம்ப important இருக்கு. AC generator ரொம்ப important தான். AC generator ல you can expect even the derivation also will straightly come. So either you have to study. And electromagnetic waves பார்க்கும்போது you can see electromagnetic spectrum வந்து ரொம்ப important தான். இந்த electromagnetic waves ல spectrum வந்து important தான். அந்த applications எல்லாமே important தான். So you should study that as well. That is from this electromagnetic waves. Okay, so I'll mark here. Okay, electromagnetic spectrum. So இப்போ வந்து we have this LZR circuit impedance induced EMF numericals we can also expect. Induced EMF வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்டான டாபிக் தான். Next வந்து ray optics ல lens makers formula, the mirror formula and in the spherical surface oda formula derivations எல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப important தான். Optical instruments ல you should study the diagram of simple microscope, compound microscope, astronomical telescope. So இது வந்து ரொம்ப important. So you guys have to work on especially on the compound microscope as well as telescope வந்து ரொம்ப important. அதோட derivation, அதோட diagram, and you should, without any question, you should study that. And the ray optics the highest weightage among all the chapters. Okay, every year you can just see 10 to 12 marks in the chapter. If you are just focusing on one chapter, that is what I am saying. Okay, if you're just focusing on one chapter itself, you will be getting the 12 marks in the ray optics mattum podum. Okay, ray optics and optical instruments la you can focus that much of marks. Okay, and ipo kuda if you haven't liked the video, just like the video, because even during the exam time in the last revision, the final lap revision la you can just go through this topic specifically. Yena idu vandu konjam important ana topics da. Okay, and wave optics la vanta interference, diffraction is based questions we can expect. And dual nature la vanta important ana photoelectric effect and the experiment vanta romba important. Adula vara Einstein oda relation adula vanta we can expect numericals also. Stopping potential vanta romba important ana topic da. Next one, the atoms la alpha scattering, Bohr model, and distance of closest approach you can refer. You can get some questions from there. Nuclei la vandu mass defect, binding energy, nuclear density vandu romba important da. Next one, we have the semiconductor. Semiconductor la vandu we should have the idea about the energy gap diagrams for each cases. Also PN junction diode is very important. Rectifier is also very important. So on the diagram you should know, and you should know how to explain that. As I mentioned, you should focus on how to get the maximum score. Okay, you should get to know how to get the maximum score. Adukkaga steps romba important aga pora. And also I will give you a PDF for this important derivation step by step solution. So miss pannama you can just refer. Okay, which are the things usually I used to miss. So you have to go for each step, then only you will be getting the complete mark. It is not about I have derived something, where is the steps that matters. Okay, so everyone you have to go through the derivations properly. If it is 5 mark weightage, you cannot skip any single step. Adinala da solre. So everyone should study derivations properly. Diagrams kuda important da. So guys, what you want next, adu vandu comment box la podungo. I will be helping you with the video. So thank you so much guys. Thank you so much. Bye.